Hello and welcome. In this video we're talking about managing Windows 10 services. So a service is a program or a routine or even a process that's performed a specific function within the operating system. You can manage services through the services window. You can access that various ways. Control panel is going to be one of the big ones. Task manager is another one. Essentially, the services are going to be a action, program, routine, process, whatever, that doesn't necessarily need a user to interact with it. It doesn't even need a user to log in to have these services running. So the way services typically work is we have a Generals tab. This is going to be the tab where you view the configuration, like the name, the display name, description, the path, startup type, the current service status, and any special parameters. We also have the logon tab. This is going to be configured at logon account. It's going to be used. We have the recovery tab, and that's going to be what happens if a failure occurs, first time, second time, third time, and so forth. And lastly, we have our dependency tab. And with our dependency tab, this is going to show you the running in order for the specific service to start. Lastly, we have to talk about how to manage these services. Realistically, go to computer management, click on services, it will load. That's one way. Or you can do control panel, administrative tools, and services, or task manager. So there's multiple ways to do it, but the important part is understanding what we're looking at when we see the services. So let's go and explore. All right, so from this screen, what we can do is go to control panel, go to administrative tools, services. So that's one way to do it. Or go to start, services. All depends on what you want to do. So let's look, first of all, here's the name, description, the status, startup type, and who they're logged in as. Most of the time it's either going to be a local service or a network service account. So let's see what is running. So we can pick one. So let's look at Microsoft Passport. It tells you the service name, display name, gives you a description of what it is, gives you the location, and if there's any special commands to run it, and it also tells you the status, just when it's currently stopped. So let's go ahead and let's look at VMware. So VMware Tools provides support for synchronization between the host and the guest. It's set to automatic. It is set to see program files, VMware Tools. It is loading the vmtoolsd.exe. And here's the status running. If this starts, it's using a local system account. You can actually say what type of account if you want to secure accounts that way. You don't have to. You can use the local account if you want, but you can secure them if necessary. Recovery, first failure, what to do. Second failure, what to do. All other failures, what to do. You can set it to restart the service, to take no action, to restart the computer if necessary. You can also say, if it fails, what do you do? Well, restart it after X amount of time. You can set it to run a program as well if necessary. Lastly, our dependencies. What has to start for VMware Tools to start? VMware has no dependencies. So let's look at Windows Installer. It has a dependency. It has the remote procedure call, RPC call. And that actually has two sub-dependencies, DCOM and the RPC endpoint mapper. So you can start seeing, in order for this service to run, these two services have to be running. So again, services are little programs, processes, or other that start before Windows login even occurs. These don't need a user to log in because, again, they have their own user logging in to run these actions before a user even logs in. Understanding services is extremely important because, especially on the server side, this becomes more crucial. In Windows 10, there are certain Windows 10 services that prevent the computer from actually functioning. If you want to install a program, Windows Installer is what actually adds, modifies, removes applications. So if this is disabled or not functioning, the ability to install a program is no longer there. So controlling the services actually is important. Controlling the services provides a lot of power over the entire system. So that is system services in a nutshell. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.